Bag of sorting. So remember the game we have been working on for a couple of months now, and the one we discreetly advertised in the last 2 videos? Yep, that one. Well, see this? Yeah, forget about it. We wanted to give it a fresh look and change just a few things. Huh? You can barely tell the difference, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, so let's get right into it. So, what is Project BOS? It is essentially a roguelite deck builder, just like Slay the Spire, Balatro, or a more recent example, Blueprints. But we don't really like to do things the traditional way. We always like to add this little bit of spice, the essentia effect, if you will. And this little spicy boy comes in the form of a very old Nintendo game that came out on the arcade back in 1984. A game all about timing, reading your opponent, and striking at the perfect moment. I'm talking, of course, about Punch-Out. Speaking of which, how about you go to that subscribe button and hit it with the old jab cross combo and ring that notification bell to end the fight. So going back to Punch-Out, the game revolves around the enemy giving you what we call telegraphs, or tells for short. Each tell will prompt you to dodge or you get hit in the face. So we took that concept and applied it to our game. As you can see in the demo, that the wolf has 2 attacks. The tell shows you exactly where the attack is coming from. So if it comes from the right, you dodge left, and if it's coming from the left, well, you dodge right. Pretty easy once you learn the patterns of the enemy. Of course, there will be many more enemies to fight in the game with increasing difficulty, meaning enemies with different attacks, gimmicks, and such. Moving on to the cards. The cards will generate randomly from a pool of predefined cards, with each one having its own cost and damage. And you see this thing filling up? Yeah, that's your energy. In this example, your max is 3. So it means that any card with the cost of 3 or less is playable. But the system right now isn't as we want it, but in the future you'll be able to build your own deck, and cards will have additional effects that will shape the way you play. But for now, it's just a standard deck with decent cards that will get you through the demo. So you better enjoy this easy mode before you keep adding more things to make your journey all the more difficult. Of course, by then you'll have plenty of tools to make broken builds, so you're more than welcome to fight back.
So that's it? Just a fighting simulator?
To that we say, nuh-uh. We created a world with some pretty deep lore and characters that you will encounter throughout your adventure. Of course, we love world building, and we wanted to add something that will reward people who love learning and exploring, while also letting people who are just there for the challenge of battle do their lives. So whether you are someone drawn by challenge or by deep storytelling, Project BOS definitely has something for you. Okay, saying all this made it seem like it all just came done and ready, but it was a pretty long and arduous journey. Starting with the art style change, the idea came up a long time after the Game Jam demo. Link in the description for both Game Jam and the updated demo. And it came because our artists were too lazy? Wait, who wrote this? Anyway, we just wanted more liberty in our style, because pixel art is kind of restraining, and since we are more experienced in 2D art, we decided that it was more comfortable and the more optimal way to go through this. Don't listen to the coders. We also gave the UI a fresh new look, because we heard from your feedbacks that it was pretty hard to follow the cards, the HP and energy, and dodge the attacks all at the same time. So we made it better, but of course we can still improve it to make something which will appeal to you all. So keep those feedbacks coming, please. The code also got a full cleanup, so making it easier to add enemies, characters, and scenes. This, of course, allowed for a very smooth running game going at 100 FPS plus on the lowest PCs. How do we know? Kariu's PC. Hey! Oh, God damn it. I think I'm gonna have to pay someone a visit after I'm done recording this. So yeah, that's it for now. We hope that this small presentation hyped you up for what is to come, and we don't mean to brag, of course, but we really think our game is unique in its art style and some of its mechanics and its world, and we are very happy to have you along for the ride to see the game shape up. Also remember to follow us on our socials through the link tree down in the description, and as always,
our game, your soul.